I watched this Vlogbrothers video about failure. There were two of them actually. Hank and then Tom responded about his own failure. And it got me excited. The Vlogbrothers are one of the channels that made me make content again. Now, I guess you could say a lot of the stuff I did was derivative of Casey Neistat, but the Vlogbrothers were also on that list of like, yeah, I should do a channel like this. Anyway, I saw their video, they talked about failure. I'm going to take a piece of it, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about so that we're on the same page.
People want to hear more about our adulty lives doing the things that we do. And another thing that I know just about the world is that we celebrate our own successes and other people's successes, but we don't talk about failure at all. And it makes it feel like failure is unique, and when you experience it, like no one else ever has because no one else has ever talked about it. In particular, I started NerdCon Stories, but we budgeted the conference to have 3,000 attendees. That's how many we sort of needed to make it work financially. We have 1,000, so at this point, NerdCon Stories, which I, as a human person, own, stands to lose a lot of money. Now, I can afford this. NerdCon's not going to go bankrupt. I'm not going to go into debt, but it does sting. I'm learning a lot through this whole process, but I do wish it was a slightly less expensive set of lessons. Talking about it is not a good feeling. That's why people don't do it. You want to portray to the world this image of like, I'm so good at but it's not. Nobody's like that. Nobody's lives are like that.
So anyway, if you're a Vlogbrother, by the way, please don't copyright strike me. I love your stuff. I find it motivational. There's like this, they talk about motivation as something that wears out. That, you know, much like a shower, it needs to be refreshed daily. It's like hygiene. I also find your sense of morals, your sense of like, I don't know, providing an example for the kind of people that we should all aspire to be, something that needs to be refreshed daily. Otherwise, I might just fall into a slug of a person that, you know, just does nothing and accomplishes nothing and whatever. Good role models are best seen on a regular basis. Anyway, if you're interested in the thing that you just saw, there'll be a link in the description, and maybe we take his 1,000 people and up it to something greater than 1,000. I hope so. I wish them success. Let's talk about my lack of success. When I started making vlogs again, I wasn't trying to make money. I really wasn't. I was just sort of inspired as a filmmaker, if I could ridiculously call myself that. I saw other people doing it and thought, I want to do that too. I want to do that like them. I had in my head like, all right, I'll start off doing stuff like them and then I'll find my own voice. I once saw on America's Got Talent or something like that, that every singer starts off imitating their favorite singer and they eventually become themselves. I thought that would happen to me in my style of video. This is like vlog 128 or something like that. That's not the progression that I've been seeing in me. I put up a video on Monday I didn't like. You know, it was a paramotor video, and it was kind of like, hey guys, look, I just drove here. When you drive like 4 hours in a day, it's hard to like turn that into a great video. And if you have that like twice in a day, it gets even tougher. And then flying around in the sky, there's only so much you go. So, hey guys, I went here. 60 seconds, cue the dubstep, do some jump cuts, land, and then, hey guys, that was how my flight just went. I don't know that it was a great video on Monday. And you should never be making videos that you don't think are great videos. Your videos should be your favorite videos. You should be thinking, man, I'm pretty good at this. And sometimes with my vlogs, I think that I'm not very good at this. I used to think I was great. I used to think that I was the bee's knees. Someone asked me, I think it was a Feedback Friday or whatever it was, they said, Woody, if everyone's sub count got dropped to 0, do you think you'd still be a big deal on YouTube? And I said, yeah. Imagine it was the NBA and every team dropped all their players. How many of those NBA players do you think would make it back in the NBA? I think most of them. Sure, some, you know, maybe 20%, 10% would get dropped and they'd grab some phenom from a park in New York City or who knows. But for the most part, you know, LeBron James is still gonna be LeBron James. Curry, I don't really know my basketball, but whatever. these guys who are at the top of the NBA or even in the middle of the NBA are there for a reason, and they're going to get their spot back. So here I am, seeing if I'll get my spot back. And as a guy who's accustomed to having like a floor, I guess you'd call it, of 100,000 views a video, the floor on my vlogs is like 12 or 13,000 views a video. Some are more. You know, a week or so ago I had one at 60 and another one at 30. But when you talk about averages, don't lie to yourself. The numbers are there. They're clear to see. Now, this is the point where you guys give me all this advice. And I on one hand, I get that I open myself up for it. You're going to tell me what I should be doing. It's weird to take advice. Like look, if you were Quibblecop, I'm all ears, baby. Vlog Brothers, what you got to tell me? Boogie? KC? You know, like, I'm listening. But taking advice from someone who doesn't make videos on how to make better videos, I probably feel like, you know, like if I was Tom Brady and some guy from his recliner was telling me how to be a better football player. Thank you for your thoughts. This is actually like $4,000 worth of CPUs. Anyway, so I gotta change things up a little bit on the vlogs. One, the particular format that I've been doing with the paramotor stuff, talk to you, 60 seconds of dubstep, and then tell you what I did again. I'm not loving it. I feel like there should be more around the house stuff, whether that be in the shop or on the compound, or drone shots of lawn mowing. Like just be more of a filmmaker and at home, and not a tag along on the paramotor thing. And that might be nice for me too, not to have the camera on what for me are some of the highlights of my week. I have a live com set up now, so I can talk to you, you can hear me talk to my friends while I fly. Like, that should be really cool. So maybe we can cut that up and make some interesting videos that you haven't seen before. How much I would love to tell you a story while sitting at 2,000 feet in the air. You know, I think that would be neat and something that you don't see everywhere else. I think it might add to it. You know, the stories that I told back in the day are the stories that the top guys are telling today over gameplay. It's not really the gameplay that you're interested in. You know, I don't want to throw stones, but I'm about to. Leafy's gameplay often sucks. You know, like, it's just regular gameplay. He's not really killing it. He's not Sandy ravaging it. He used to just run through something. Is that even hard? I don't know. But, it just kept you visually stimulated while you listened to his commentary, which is really what you're there for. I could do that with flying, right? And the commentary that you're there for would be so much better than just some stupid dubstep, whatever. The point is, it's no fun talking about failure. People don't do it. I don't do it. I usually, you know, like, you don't need to know. I've got the greatest vlogs in the multiverse. Let's not talk about my shrinking numbers. You know, I did that with Woodycraft, right? At one point, Woodycraft was on top of the world. And in spite of our best efforts, it just seemed like, I think part of it was our players aged out. I think part of it was Minecraft was a declining game. But the biggest part of it was the kinds of things that got popular were not the kinds of things our players played, you know, which is mini games. I don't want to bury into that too much, but my way of handling it was just to talk about success and not publicly say, yeah, we used to have like 3,500 people on the server, and now we have like 500. We're the best in the multiverse. Back to the vlogs. I think we need to change up the formula a little bit. I considered just stopping. I thought about it. I don't think that's right, though. I think a better idea is, like, let's do some of this. A little Vlog Brothers style, a little Boogie 2988 style video. Let's mix them in so that I don't have to force it so hard to turn my day into a video. Let's try that. Let's take some of my least favorite formulas that I've been using, like the paramotor days, and let's park them. Let's put them to rest for a while. Let's add something new in terms of the live comm on the paramotor thing and see if that's fun. See if that takes you along for the adventure rather than just showing you my adventure, if you can get the difference there. I don't know. I think it's somewhat healthy to talk about the notion that not everything is always perfect all the time. You know, not every swing I've taken has been a home run. When I look at my Facebook feed, oh my gosh. Happy us on our 20-year anniversary over at this foreign country. Look at my kid, he just went to school. Look at all the weight loss I've had. No one documents their weight gain. I haven't seen anyone say like, oh man, look what happened to me. Who knew? You know, I gained 2 pounds a year and 15 years later now I'm fat. No one says that on Facebook. They just bury it. They just hide it. I don't know if that's good. You know, maybe it makes people look at themselves and say, like, why can't I be like everyone else? Everyone else is just crushing it all the time. No, people aren't always crushing it all the time. Things happen good, but it's usually not a straight path to success. So, in terms of my vlogs, I'm going to pivot a little bit. Maybe day in the life is no longer the most accurate way to describe my daily videos. Maybe in November I rethink it again. There are a couple games dropping this year that I'm really excited about. Maybe I do the old school stuff. I don't know. This is not a money thing. It's really not. If you guys have watched my finance videos, you know the key to like making money is you want to set money aside, then let that money grow, and then that money earns money. My money earns like $200,000 a year right now, right? That's that, and I don't touch it. So then, you know, the next year it'll earn like $220,000 a year, and then the next year it'll earn like $240,000 a year. If you can just go another like 5-7 years, yeah, that'll be $300,000 a year. I don't want to talk about money. I feel like a douche when I do, but I'm making more money than I'm spending, so my net worth goes up every year, and that's all I really ask for. I'm not touching my principal. I really just like feeling successful on my YouTube career. I don't know. Maybe it's just one of the ways that I measure me. So we're gonna alter the formula. Add some more normal videos where I just talk to you, because I feel like I'm good at this. It should be cool. And if your life is not a straight line from where you are to where you aspire to be, then you're not alone. 120 some videos into this vlog series, and we're gonna see if we can't make it better.
Yeah, multi-million-dollar deals, got $1 million deal. When I was younger, I would wonder how $1 million feel. And for real, it feel like I ain't even broke a seal. Cause when you drop hits, they want you to pick up the bill. Now my life is in Maryland, my heart is in Chicago. New York state of mind, but out LA, man, that's where I go. When I need to lay this shit down, so much on my mind, that's the reason I'm spitting now.